BB851, turn right, heading 180. 14 Papa, turn right 245, report localizer established.
Aviation news recap time, to which I still don't have a name for this series as it's no longer going to be weekly, so if you have any suggestions you can drop them in the comments, but it returns this time with coverage centering around the 737 MAX 10's certification, difficulties that are impacting that American aircraft manufacturer Boeing, as well as a partnership expanding between Qatar Airways and a US-based airline, a potential new order for the Airbus A350, and more. So please do sit back, buckle in, and stay tuned as I dive into the latest that's unfolded within the aviation industry. Beginning right off the bat with some of the latest developments involving Boeing and their 737-10, a variant in the 737 MAX family that is currently yet to fly commercially, something Boeing is gradually working towards achieving, and something that comes with time. However, in this sense, it may be a bit too much time, as the Federal Aviation Administration has noted that even by the end of this calendar year, Boeing still may be in a position where they have not obtained the certification required for the type. The stark warning to Boeing further highlights the lengthy certification process aircraft are currently going through, spurred on by the crisis involving the MAX series that led to it being grounded for close to 2 years, and generally a complete rework in how certification of aircraft nowadays goes about, with the weight being taken off Boeing and more so now the Federal Aviation Administration certifying the aircraft rather than just Boeing, and therefore the 737-10 and 777-9 have both been directly impacted by this, with delays being incurred. For Boeing, no updates are surfacing on when these certifications will take place, as it has been made very apparent that scheduling has definitely been thrown out the window as safety precautions take precedence, and Boeing, the Federal Aviation Administration, and Congress try to work together. However, in saying all this, jobs and the production lines of other aircraft could be impacted if Boeing cannot win certification over for the 737-10 in the next 9 or so months, something they'll be actively trying to avoid not securing. However, this is something that seems now more than ever out of their control. Major milestones still also need to be reached by Boeing themselves before certification can be won, and what's more startling in all of this is it doesn't just apply to the 737-10, but also the up-and-coming 777-9, which you could certainly argue has been even more heavily scrutinized, as while the 737-10 is the longest and newest variant in the MAX series, that series is widely already flying, whereas for the 777-9, a lot is riding on the certification. Either way, time will tell, and developments will continue to be very intriguing, so stay tuned for the latest on Boeing's battle to certify the 737-10 without too many delays in the future. Now over to Jetblue and Qatar Airways, who announced further plans to extend their partnership in the past week. The extension will allow customers to benefit from the vast array of destinations that Qatar Airways offers internationally, thanks to code-sharing agreements that will be rolling out over the coming months. In contrast, benefits for True Blue customers of Jetblue and Qatar Airways Privilege Loyalty members will be felt widely. Rob Hayes, who is the Chief Executive Officer at Jetblue, did comment on the partnership extension, noting the following. For more than a decade, Qatar Airways has been an excellent partner, consistently delivering an elevated customer experience that aligns extremely well with the Jetblue brand, the expectations of our customers. Now, as we look to our next decade together, the enhancements and plans for growth announced today will put Qatar Airways on track to be our largest internationally based partner. While for those travelling from Doha, or with generally Qatar Airways, they'll now be able to better connect with flights offered by JetBlue within the United States. The further announcement of the partnership being extended definitely restores, I think, our faith in the recovery of the global aviation industry that little bit more, which has so massively struggled throughout the years. The Qatar Airways Group chief executive said the enhanced partnership between Qatar Airways and JetBlue is a further encouraging sign for the recovery of the industry, as I briefly just touched on. We are focused on growing our partnership with leading airlines such as JetBlue by bringing significant benefits to our passengers through an expanded global network. Both airlines have a solid commitment to excellence in customer experience and innovation, ensuring this closer relationship is a very positive step for our joint customers. What are your thoughts on further enhancing the partnership between Qatar Airways and JetBlue globally, with passengers on both airlines now set to reap the rewards of an expanded network? Once again, to reiterate, whether that be people flying on Qatar Airways into the United States of America and having access to JetBlue's expansive coverage there, or potentially to those that are going to be utilizing JetBlue flying out of the country or Qatar Airways and then having connections through down to Australia, to Asia, and so many more. You can let me know down below in the comment section. Finally though, let's hop onto the last topic for the aviation news recap video, that being with regards to the Airbus A350. Air India has had a hectic past couple of years that's been well documented here on the channel. They've experienced probably some severe downs and being in a position of unrest within this industry, as they've teetered on collapse multiple times, as in the past, the Indian government's attempts to sell the airline continued to fail. However, now with the carrier, and you could say safe hands, they're looking to rebuild. Air India therefore could be pretty close to acquiring the A350 for future operations. These Airbus A350s would be ordered to help replace their aging fleet of Boeing 777s, which, just for some added reference to this video, do have an average age of more than 12 years. Now, while that's by no stretch of the imagination old, especially in comparison to some of your still flying 757s and even 767s, they are beginning to show signs of aging, and by the time a deal is likely wrapped up with the 350s, and they are eventually all delivered, they'll undoubtedly be looking to move on some of their older 777s and looking at flying a more streamlined operations that will be more cost effective for them in the long term. According to various reports and sources from the likes of Bloomberg and Reuters, Airbus is now believed to be pushing for this sale as they look for new customers for the wide-body aircraft, something they are getting increasingly desperate for. However, Airbus should not be sure that they will secure this deal from Air India just yet, as the airline is also looking towards Boeing to help replace their 777s. No word on their choice has been revealed or when it will exactly be completed. What has been reported, though, is that Airbus is currently ahead in the pecking order. What that means for choice? Well, really nothing, as we've seen time and time again, and I think something we can definitely take away from conversations like these is just because an aircraft manufacturer is deemed as close to winning a certain deal doesn't always mean it will go that way. We can sometimes have a last-minute change where the airline switches to, say in this situation, Boeing. The airline is openly expressing its interest in the 350 and also potentially acquiring more 787s from Boeing for the airline's future. What is worth mentioning is the 787 is ever present in their operations already, so it would be a pretty seamless entry into their fleet. What are your thoughts on any of the topics covered in today's video as I do wind down, whether that is the 737-10 delays and certification that continue to impact the American aircraft manufacturer Boeing, maybe some coverage on the JetBlue and Qatar Airways partnership, or concluding today's proceedings with Air India's interest in the Airbus A350. You can let me know, as always, in the one place, that being down in the comment section below, and if you'd like to see more of these videos, do let me know as well down there. Thanks for watching, your support is greatly appreciated, take care, be safe, and I'll see you next time.